It is through the work of our hands that the passion of our hearts can be seen by the world. When we create, we make a mark on the world, however small. But put together, each small step can lead to something bigger, a legacy that can carry forward for generations. Let me take you back 125 years to where the BERNINA legacy began on the shores of Lake Constance in the village of Steckborn in Switzerland. You may know me. My name is Karl Friedrich Gegauf. I was born in 1860 to a family of 6 children. My father was a doctor, and as so many parents do, he hoped I might follow in his footsteps. But even as a young boy, I had a fascination with mechanical things. I was constantly creating new ways of doing things. Soon after finishing school, I had the opportunity to work with one of the leading Swiss textile machine manufacturers. It wasn't long before I found a lifelong passion for textile machines. The precision and creativity of the industry inspired me. I was given the opportunity to travel to the United States, where I was able to learn another aspect of the business, selling the product I had become so passionate about. But it was while I was working as a mechanic in Switzerland, I was dreaming of my own inventions. In 1893, I invented the household hemstitch machine. In my heart, I knew this machine had tremendous potential. So I left my position to start my own company, Gegauf & Company. Our first offices were at the Feldbach in Steckborn. The invention was a success. Together with my brother and 10 employees, we started manufacturing the hemstitch machine. Our machine became a household name both at home and abroad. As the company flourished, so did my family. My wife and 4 children brought great joy to my life. My interest in technical things went beyond my work. I converted my own boat to a steamboat, and I purchased the first car in eastern Switzerland. With all our successes, there were trials too. A fire burned much of our factory. My wife passed away, leaving me to raise our children aged 8 to 15 on my own. War broke out in Europe, but even through these adversities, we persevered. I was always eager to teach my young children about the business, and I spent many hours teaching them mechanics and answering their questions. These lessons sparked a flame in my son Fritz, who developed his own passion for textile machines. Hoping my son would learn not just to build machines, but also to sell them, I sent him to Paris with 50,000 can openers. Though the product was of the highest quality, at first Fritz struggled to sell even a few. It was then that he learned an important lesson that would serve him the rest of his life. He had to demonstrate the product in order to sell it. Once people saw the benefits of the can openers for themselves, Fritz was able to sell them quite easily. Fritz worked by my side until he took full leadership of the company. As the company grew into a new era, he had new challenges to face. The economic challenges of the Great Depression led to declining demand for the hemstitching machine. Fritz knew something had to change to keep the company alive. The inspiration came from home. Fritz's wife was struggling with her home sewing machine, and Fritz saw a problem that needed to be solved. He worked day and night for a year to launch his first home sewing machine. He knew he had created something of the highest quality. Fritz needed a name that could be pronounced in any language. And he also wanted to inspire sewers with the quality of this machine. So he called it BERNINA, naming his invention after the famous Swiss mountain. From the very beginning, Fritz knew that he couldn't sell Bernina without a dealer network, so he developed strong relationships with retailers throughout the world to sell Bernina machines. By 1937, 20,000 machines had been sold. Soon, over 1,300 employees were working at the Bernina factory in Switzerland. Being a passionate engineer and entrepreneur, Fritz continually sought to improve Bernina. He introduced zigzag machines, then portable models, and then automated buttonholes and clip-on presser feet. His imagination led to the first knee levers, ornamental stitches selected with a simple lever, and complete control over every stitch. As the innovations grew, the quality never diminished. The precision of a stitch from the Swiss Bernina was unparalleled. It would take great vision to carry on what Fritz had built, and it was my granddaughter, Odette Gegauf, who would take up the torch. Odette was everything a leader needed to be, focused, determined, and committed. But she brought something more, a strong sense of personal responsibility, a listening ear, and a great deal of charm. Odette was one of the first women in Switzerland to serve as the president of a large company. Odette continued the vision of the quality and precision of Bernina, while always keeping an eye to the sewer's needs. Her style and commitment to the end user is reflected in not only Bernina products, but also the advertising manuals and educational materials Bernina became known for. 1971, Bernina launched the iconic 830, a machine that began a love affair with Bernina for sewers worldwide. With every development of a sewing machine, Odette always asked whether this would actually be of any use to the seamstress and whether it was easy to operate. With this in mind, Bernina's first fully automatic machine, the all-electronic Bernina 1130, was developed. Bernina was ahead of the game and took sewing in a completely new direction. Mechanical stitch selector wheels were out, PC boards were in. Odette brought the same energy she gave to her work to her home life and hobbies. Odette enjoyed all types of sports and was the first of the Gegauf family to climb Mount Bernina. As I had done with my son Fritz and Fritz with Odette, Odette began early to prepare her son Hans-Peter to become part of Bernina. For 7 years, Hans-Peter worked in the United States, building experience that would serve him well in the years to come. As HP took the reins of Bernina, his goal was to increase the popularity of sewing worldwide and to foster the creativity of customers. He developed new markets in Eastern Europe, Russia, South America, India, the Middle East, and the United States. As Bernina continued to expand worldwide, HP realized the need to expand the manufacturing capability. His vision was not to outsource, but to build a factory managed and designed by Bernina. HP was there to break ground on a new factory in beautiful Thailand. HP was not a sewer himself, but he learned, as his mother had taught him, to listen. He often consulted with his wife Beatrice, herself an expert seamstress. HP also inherited the passion for innovation and quality. As far as Bernina had come, who could have imagined the innovations still to be realized? Machines with the ability to create new stitches, then built-in computers and automated embroidery. Bernina machines continued to be treasured companions for sewers around the world. With a naturally curious and inquisitive personality, HP is continually looking to other industries to explore ideas of modern design and innovative technology that will make Bernina better every day. Perhaps one of HP's most important contributions is his commitment to keep Bernina a family business. He has involved both of his children, Philipp and Katharina, in the Bernina business, so they may continue the legacy of creativity, passion, and precision. I couldn't be more proud of the contributions of my family to this remarkable company. But the success wasn't achieved on our own. At every step in our history, Bernina has had the industry's most innovative, energetic and dedicated employees. Each of them has their own Bernina story. And each of you, Bernina's customers, dealers and brand ambassadors, have built Bernina into the company it is today. I hope that you will share your Bernina stories with each other, your customers and the world. The love of Bernina is in the hearts of employees, Bernina dealers and sewers everywhere. So celebrate 125 years of Bernina with me, and may the work of your hands bring happiness to you and yours for years to come. Bernina is past, present and most importantly, future. Bernina, made to create.